What's going on, guys? My name is Jared Hamilton. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight, I wanted to talk to you about the big four reasons why most people fail at achieving their fat loss progress and their goals. Because how often have you wanted to go lose some weight and it not happen? Or you heard about your neighbor, your friend who is trying to lose weight but is having a hard time with it, just, whatever. Most people fail, just being honest. Most people do not achieve the fitness and fat loss progress that they're trying so hard to. And in my experience, there are four big reasons for that. And that's what we're talking about. So let's get right into it. Number one, too much, too quick, too intense. That's the first one. Most people I know, when they say, you know what, I'm tired of being overweight, let's make this fitness thing happen. And they say, okay, you know what, let's do this. We're going to go from eating shit every day to completely organic 6 times a day, high protein, low carb, low fat, low processed foods, GMO free. Let's work out, strength train 8 days a week for 2 hours a day. Yeah. And then we're going to take up a CrossFit class. We're going to do Zumba. We're going to do HIIT like 3 times a week because I heard that's good. What else? Oh, there's this cool fat burner I'm going to take. I'm going to do this weird belly wrap that burns fat supposedly. Let's try that. Let's take all these different pills, powders, and potions. Let's also eat keto while doing intermittent fasting, while taking all these products. And then what the hell? Let's just throw another Zumba class on it. That's what so many people do. I know that sounds kind of funny, but it's all honesty. That's what most people do. And that's cool for about 2 hours. Then you want to quit and go be fat just because it's not maintainable. Too many people pick a program they just can't maintain. Literally that kind of crazy intense shit. Who could maintain that? It's not going to work. You have to do a program, change only 1 or 2 things at a time that you can maintain. Because what happens is if you can't maintain it, I would say it's not worth doing. Too much, too intense, too fast. You only want to change 1 or 2 things. You will see progress, and then you got to rock that progress until it slows down. I can't tell you how many clients of mine that I've only let them change 1 or 2 things. Let's say they cut out liquid calories and start strength training. That's it. And they're like, well, Jared, when do I need to do cardio? I say, are you losing weight still? Yeah. Well, don't change a thing. But think of it this way. If you go in a battle and use all of your ammo on the first line of guys, that's cool. You're going to kill them. Good job. But what happens when the next guys come and you're out of ammo? That's where it makes things hard. If you use too many of your little secret weapons all at once, it makes things really hard later on. And you're not maintaining it. It's like one of those things, why fix what's not broken? If instead of changing 18 things to see progress, why not change 1, maybe 2 things and see the same amount of progress? Okay? Because it doesn't take much to start to see change. You just have to do those little things consistently. Okay? That's the first one. People change too much to go too hard and go too intense out the gate. Okay? Number 2, not a program that fits their lifestyle. When I work with somebody, when I get a one-on-one coaching client, I dive deep down into their life, see what they like, dislike, what works well for their schedule, their lifestyle, what makes them happy, and that's how I build a program. It should be no different for you. When people do a program, this is what happens. People do a program they heard that worked really well for their neighbor, and they try to fit a square peg into a round hole, so to speak, and then it usually doesn't end up working. Give you an example. I had a lady that was having a consultation with me the other day, and she said, yeah, I said, what are you working on? What are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm an avid snacker, so I'm doing intermittent fasting. And I looked at her and I said, like, wait a second. You said you're an avid snacker, little meals and snacks all throughout the day, but you're doing intermittent fasting where you fast for like 16 hours and eat all your meals in like this little 8-hour window. Yeah. That's the thing, guys, that would not be sustainable for her. Do some people love intermittent fasting? Yeah. But if you're a snacker, don't do intermittent fasting. If you like carbs, don't go keto. If you're tight on time, don't have 1.5 hour long workouts. Most people see and hear a lot of these fad diets going around, and they see what that works well with their friend, and they assume they have to do that same thing for themselves. When in reality, that's not how you should do it. A program should be built specifically around what makes you happy and what you can stick with that works with your lifestyle. There are so many facets to fitness and fat loss and gaining muscle that you can adjust to meet you where you're at, so you don't have to flip your lifestyle upside down and sideways where it's not going to work. If you hate the process, it's not going to be maintainable. You have to pick stuff that works for your lifestyle. That's how I coach people. That's how you should coach yourself. Okay? That's the second one. Third one, program hopping. I see this all the time. People say, you know what? I'm gonna do keto. I'm gonna try keto. And they do keto for about a week and they say, oh, the kind of grass is greener on the other side mentality. Oh, well, Bob's doing intermittent fasting. I think I want to try that instead. They quit keto, go do intermittent fasting. And they say, oh, wait, Becky over here is doing Beachbody. I'm going to do that 21-day fix thing. And they swap over there. And they're like, oh, but I hear Sarah's working with that Jared Hamilton guy. Oh, so I'm going to try to working with Jared. You know, that's the thing is, too many people program hop. They don't spend any amount of time being consistent with one thing. You should give any program 3 months. When I work with someone, usually 9 times out of 10, I tell them I need a 3-month commitment at least because it's a slow process and you got to be able to stick with something for 3 months. Give a fucking Zumba class 3 months. Okay. Give CrossFit 3 months, whatever you're going to do, give it at least 3 months. Don't after a day or two or a week or two quit. You don't marry somebody and say, oh, well, this girl over here is pretty. See ya. And then go over here. That's not how it works. People do that. Like, if you had popcorn, you could have popcorn in a microwave and take it out every 5 seconds. You're not going to get your popcorn. You have to give anything long enough time to see if it even works. Okay. So pick whatever works with your lifestyle best and give it some time and stop program hopping. I know people who do that with trainers. They'll work out with this guy for a couple of weeks and switch to this person. Stop. Don't do that. Pick something and stay with it long enough to see if it even works for you, okay? And the last one, lack of patience. So many people aren't patient. Most people underestimate how long it takes to get fat and out of shape, and then they forget how long that takes, and then they get shocked when they're still fat after 3 weeks of training. Here's the thing. I had a lady say to me the other day, she's like, hey, I'm not seeing progress. It's not working. I don't know what to do. I said, how long have you been at it? And she's like, oh, I'm in my 3rd week. It takes more than 3 weeks to get fat. I'm telling you, most people who haven't seen their progress like they want to, they're not giving it long enough. You're not being patient enough. This shit takes time. I have friends who bodybuild and get on stage and they'll binge for a month and still have abs. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. You have to give it time and be patient. It took time, effort, and consistency to get to where you're at right now, and it's going to take more time, effort, and consistency to get to where you want to be. So those are the big 4. Too much, too fast, too intense, a program that doesn't fit your lifestyle. Sorry, I have to look at my notes. Program hopping, and then not being patient enough. Those are the big 4. If one of those falls into and it seems, like it hits home with you, say something below because it's probably going to help somebody. So thank you so much for listening. If you made it this far, be sure and share this wherever you can. It helped me out a lot. If you have any questions or you have other topics you'd like me to talk about, please let me know, and I'd love to do a video on it. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you.